Welcome to Advanced Valuation. In this unit, we complete our treatment of valuation by taking the introductory skills, the various methods that you've learned in other units, and applying them to the most complex properties you're likely to find. In this unit, we'll be looking at specialised properties, which are usually income related, not always. So valuing a lighthouse, for instance, isn't necessarily an income producing property, but often specialised properties are. And often they include significant amounts of plant and machinery. And so we're going to be looking at the valuation of plant and machinery, which actually stands alone as a separate specialisation within the valuation profession, as well as representing an important component of many of the more complex properties. This is fairly obvious in the case of factories, but also you will find it in the case of things like hotels, airports, other situations where the machinery, and that can even include the environment control equipment, HVAC systems, it can be a significant part of the value of the property. Overall, we're going to be taking our analysis skills further, both in terms of obtaining data, using data, but also managing data. And so if you found that the Excel skills that were required in earlier subjects, especially property investment and finance, were a little bit rusty or a little bit of a challenge, I would highly recommend that you brush those up. Go onto YouTube and you'll find there's lots of tutorials on general use of Excel. And if you do that before you attack the module, it will make it a lot easier to go through the requirements, as you may have already found in earlier units. The other side of the unit is theory. And here we're going to be taking the theory that we've encountered earlier further. And so we're going to be looking further at the meaning of value, the way that value relates to the community. We're going to be looking a bit more at the environment and so on. Overall, I hope you find this unit both interesting and useful. You'll certainly come out of this unit being able to be comfortable, in fact confident, of being able to tackle the most complex valuation assignments that you're ever likely to find. Obviously, we can't give you the on-the-ground experience, which is so invaluable in the valuation profession generally, but at least in terms of theory, you will be quite the full bottle. You will understand all there is, and in fact, we're going to be pointing you towards emerging issues in the property economics area to encourage you to keep up your interest. You need a passion in property, really, to be a good valuer, a passion for understanding the way that property markets work, the way that society uses property, and the way that these things change over time. And this is something that changes and will change over your professional life. And so we encourage you to keep an interest on the way these things change and how they affect your profession. For the present, I hope you enjoy the unit, and I hope you find the content stimulating, perhaps challenging, but also very, very rewarding.